A friend suggested I might want to take a look at cool kitchen stuff for a video. She said the ice cream maker is very OP for managing moods. I have a guide to Cool Kitchen, but a couple of small features were not included because we simply didn't know about them at the time. While the pack itself isn't exactly stuffed with items, it does allow you to mix up your kitchen design a bit. I really do like the look of these cabinets, along with the fact they taught me how to place corner segments, which I'd never done before. I'm really not a good builder. A large chunk of what's seen here is from the Cool Kitchen pack. I modified the kitchen of the McAfee family in Oasis Springs to check it all out. I probably went a wee bit overboard with those. They kind of look cool though. I think this might fit in better in a restaurant or something like that, like a bar. Now let's move on to the main purpose of this video. I will cover clothes a little bit at the end and along with hairstyles. The calorie heavy ice cream maker is the focus of this video. For under 200 simoleons, your Sims can start getting extra moodlets from cooking straight away. When a Sim is instructed to make ice cream, you get to pick which kind. Many recipes unlock as you level the home style cooking skill, and quality is based upon that skill along with whether or not your Sim is inspired, of course. They will program the machine, add ingredients, and do some taste tests throughout the process. I would say it takes around the same time to make a batch of ice cream as something like scrambled eggs on the stove. Notice that I did say batch. The best part about this is that you actually get 8 servings whenever the process is complete. What confused me for a moment when I first used this is the ice cream doesn't actually appear on the counter or something. You may miss it, but there's a notification telling you it went to your Sim's inventory. It's too bad it was included that way, but it's not the worst decision. After all, you may wish to store it right away in the fridge. A lot of the time, you'll want to simply drag it to the counter and serve the sweet treat right away. It satisfies hunger like most other meals, but also carries its own happiness and emotional moodlets depending upon the recipe. Ice cream is sometimes better with toppings, and Sims have their favorites. There are secret moodlets built into the ice cream system that add an extra happiness boost if a Sim has their favorite topping and garnish. The system is based entirely around traits, so a few combos may work for each Sim, though I don't think any new traits from other expansions trigger it. This Sim is outgoing, so they happen to like cherries as a topping and orange as a garnish. So only when both of these are present will the Sim get the extra buff. It lasts 4 hours along with the usual cooking moodlet you get from ice cream and other foods. One of my friends on the forum found this out by giving an erratic Sim nuts as both a garnish and topping, which is kind of funny. A Simmer who goes by the handle Darkwalker then went and found all of the combos in the code. I've located them on my own at this point, but it's still great that he shared them with our community. There's a bit more to learn about how much you can get out of this, but I want to make a note here that I will put a link to a list in the description so that you can follow that and figure out what your Sim likes based on their traits. So what we get when we level homestyle cooking is a more powerful base moodlet that comes with every meal, the ones that typically get boosted up to +2 or 3 happy if it's an excellent quality dish. We also get an extra +1 for the topping, but can only select that for one type of trait. Another thing that many players may not use is sack lunches that can be produced from family-size meals or ice cream with multiple servings. Have a Sim take a serving, cancel, then click the meal and select prepare sack lunch. Now you can put it in the fridge and depending on quality, it'll get another +1 or 2 happy when the Sim opens the lunch. Don't do this with ice cream cones. For some reason, they are buggy and I can't recommend it. I bagged 8 to find out that none of them worked. So you're already onto a good thing when you're making high quality ice cream, can put toppings on, then bag and transfer it to the fridge. 8 fast meals to lean on. This is a good earlier game tip. You don't have to bag, it's just an extra bonus that players won't bother with later in a file. If you really want to push this, you can also get Stoves and Grills Master Reward, which will sometimes give you impeccable quality, which provides a 6-hour moodlet instead of the usual 4 or 5. The final thing to talk about and sort of tie all these ideas about stacking ice cream bonuses together is that different ice creams have different effects. One, for instance, is Weight of the World, which makes Sims even happier but adds weight. As you see, my sim has gained a noticeable amount and may even be nearing the max. While I'll list these on the page linked in the description, Pure Perfection is a level 2 recipe that gives an extra boost. Just an extra +1 happy. It's great for early game. At level 4, you get one of the best, hands down, Taste of Diet. I think you could just eat this every day. My poor test sim can get her life in order using the miracle food that is the Taste of Diet. Somehow it not only makes sims as happy as normal ice cream, but more so with an extra +2 happy. It also causes them to lose body fat. To be honest with you, after playtesting a lot of the ice creams, I recommend you really stay away from a lot of the special ones. They're not so special. They do something like give you +1 flirty. That's not bad. But things like bursting into flame or just being able to breathe frost on someone that doesn't even really do anything. These are somewhat missed opportunities that are merely animations. Thankfully, players who already own Cool Kitchen or who kind of just want to own everything can still take advantage of the ice cream system. When you put everything together, you've got +2 for the sack lunch, +2 for a good meal, +2 for the Taste of Diet ice cream, and +1 for the toppings. This is +7 happy. You can easily get one emotional moodlet to make your sim very inspired, happy, focused, whatever you need. It does take some work investing into the homestyle cooking skill to get here, but a lot of these come very early, and eating ice cream is definitely one of the most potent activities when you consider the number of actions you would have to take to get that many moodlets otherwise. With decorated bonuses, you don't need the sack lunch, so you can skip it. So this video is a rather long review of a very specific thing in Cool Kitchen. Given the value of objects to players that have easy access to mods, the ice cream maker really is the main attraction of this pack. In some ways, I will say I felt let down over the missed opportunities with regard to like plant sims and being chilled, having frost breath. The only truly interesting ice cream is probably the haunted mint that causes a ghost to sometimes visit. Otherwise, they're leaning a little too heavily on the moodlet system for everything. Overall, all this gives an edge in gameplay, but Sims is single player. It may help you to accomplish more in a lifetime, to feed your Sims lots of ice cream and take great bath soaks if you have spa day. Combining these ideas is a big part of the game, as managing Sims moods is probably the biggest predictor of success. I hope you found some of the ideas in this video insightful. Thanks to Play A Lot for the idea for the video, and to Mr. and Mrs. Flynn for covering the original Cool Kitchen pack a few years ago on my guide. I'll link to it in the description. Please take the time to like this video if it helped you in some way, and of course subscribe if you'd like to see other content I put out on Sims. We hit 1,200 subscribers recently, and it's amazing how fast the channel's grown. I'm still working on improving audio 2 months in. Thank you all for your encouragement, and I'll see you next time.